Hello. Um, does anybody know where I can get uh reliable information on or point me in the direction of who's really in charge in this world? Like who's because I know they say the government's in control. That's just the face of it, right? Because they have to do what people want, and we group and we form groups and as people, and the biggest group generally wins, right? The mob way of doing things, right? Like the biggest mob is in control, right? So, um, they, but they don't say who that is. I mean, we can kind of figure out, generally what type of people are in control, but, um, who are the biggest players, who in behind the scenes? Like, who are the main people with power? I mean, I know we got the government to implement it, but who's the one who actually has the power? I'm not talking about the president. I'm not talking about any of that. Hey guys, be quiet. You gotta be quiet. But I'd like to get some validation on that. I don't want to be the only one talking about it. You know, I want to be informed. I want to understand, how things work and who's in charge and what we can do about it. What can be done. Because as long as this system runs from, you know, the government doing what the biggest mob wants in any given location, and in general, then there's nothing we can do about it but try to be the biggest mob. Try to win a popularity contest or something, because, and I don't think that's going to happen, but for anybody who's not already in power, I think they hold their power pretty good. You know, they maintain their numbers and therefore the power. Um, it's a mob rule democracy. It's the extreme of democracy. It is that way. It is mob rule. Whatever that mob wants, whatever form of government, however they want the government to be uh, is determined by the biggest mob. You know, we are in a mob rule society. No matter how they implement, the government behind it, we still vote, or whether or not we vote, whatever, but or whether or not it matters, we still the government, I think, still does what the people want, right? The government still works for the people, whether we think so or not, right? It's mob rule, though. It's the biggest group of people, and that's why they group people. That's why there are groups of people, you know. And I'd like to get someone else to talk about that in the open on like YouTube or any kind of platform where they tell you how it actually is, so I could get some validation. I wouldn't I'd know where I would want to stand on the issue of that. Because right now, I mean, for the longest time, I can't figure anything out because there's all this misinformation, and I just think I think we'd be a better country if we were well informed and could make decisions based on that information. But it's not that way. If we kind of knew where we stood as individually within society, where we stand in society, I think that would be good. Then we could contribute willingly. But we can't contribute willingly if we don't know how. You know, we kind of just get forced to do it because we have to be a part of society. We have to keep it going, but we can't decide how. It's like somebody is in control all the time. You know, somebody's dictating it or something, whether it be the largest mob or group, whatever. It's like, if we could just be honest, I think it would help. Yeah. All right. I'll leave it at that on this one. All right.